what we experience. I know that many of you here, are on the top echelon of the armed forces. You will not know what is going on the street. So the second point is it that it is difficult for the officers to control their men? Because most of these leakages are not done by us, ordinary people on the street. Who tells the people in the forest that the soldiers are coming? Isn't it among the police officers, the soldiers that really planned the outing? Who tells them? It is not the ordinary people. It wouldn't be me. I don't even know what you are doing in the barracks. I don't know what you are doing in the police station. I don't know when you are moving out. What I'm saying is, for this security issue to be appreciated by the people have to feel that the police, the armed forces are their friends.
Yes.
And they feel it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Boko Haram insurgency in Borno State. Information is that those who surrendered are being not only pardoned but regrouped and recruited into our armed forces. I don't know how far this is true. If it is true, is this not dangerous to our own security?
My name is Ruth Zikachat Kabruk Badum. I want to ask the question on behalf of those local women that go to farm. I listened to Chief Adetuji from Ondo State. Is it then proper to say that the security armed forces have failed this country? We have women that cannot go to their farms again in most parts of Nigeria. Then, should we now say that, based on the experience of Ondo State, can every state now have their own security forces? Thank you.
Is SD Mashat from Plateau State. We have had a beautiful message from the Omotekun commander. And it has been agreed in this forum that community policing is the thing. People in Plateau State, particularly Mangu and Bokos, they don't go to farm because of the security challenge in that place. Rather than cooperating with the neighborhood there was a time that the military, in particular, they went to that place and met the people that were protecting the citizens. Rather than calling them and finding out, because they know the route, they went on propaganda that those were the bandits. I want us in this, as we have agreed, if those people can go to the grassroots, call the traditional rulers, harmonize them, and then get those people that are protecting the community, and then co-op them. Even if they have anything, they will work with them. I think the security situation will improve in Plateau.
My name is Hadiza Ali from Zaria branch. And my question is, what is the defense doing in using innovative technology to fight insecurity? For example, research has shown that the use of drones is key. And then here we are, till today, there will be ambush, killing our young men, our children, our grandchildren, and every day we are told billions and billions is being budgeted and spent on security. And also studies have shown that the use of drone is 20% cheaper than the use of man force. So what is the defense doing in engaging the use of technology to fight insecurity? Thank you.
I appreciate all the presentations made by the panelists. My question is to the NSA. Sir, it has been long we've been complaining about insecurity all over the country. And there are times without number, security architecture will be reviewed. What is the problem, sir? Is it lack of funding? Is it lack of manpower? Or is it that our security architect is not worthy, is not that functional, that this insecurity has persisted for over several years, all over the country? What is the main problem? There must be a main problem to that. Before now, it wasn't like that in Nigeria. Is it because of lack of political willpower to make sure that we bring this insecurity to an end? Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Guys,
I think I have about 2 questions to deal with, but let me start from the question asked by my namesake. Barrister Frank spoke with so much anger and passion about the situation in Oputebe, where some personnel of SWAT are reported to have been engaging in activities considered to be detrimental to the peace and well-being of the citizens. In fact, he was very definite about some of the activities amounting to a breach of the fundamental rights of the citizens. Well, Frank, what I would say is that I will take this home and we will investigate and we will get back to you. I'm also ready to meet with you immediately we're leaving here so that you can provide us with more information. Having said that, I will also want to comment very briefly on the situation in Zamfara. The truth is, in Nigeria today, there are 3 key national resources, 3 key natural resources, which are supposed to help in driving our economy, providing employment, and also helping to push down crime. Because the honest truth is that the key nexus between a thriving economy and security is that when you have a thriving economy, you are better empowered to fund your security operations, you are better empowered to fund the military, fund the police, and therefore help to drive down crime. But when your economy is wobbling or doing badly, it simply means that there will be a spike in crime and all kinds of misdemeanor, while at the same time, you will have a very weak police force, a very weak military, and weak law enforcement agencies, because you lack the capacity to fund these key institutions. These 3 natural resources that ought to have helped Nigeria in combating poverty and funding our law enforcement agencies, to me, are oil and gas, the solid minerals, which the situation in Zamfara exemplifies, and then our forest reserves. Unfortunately, these 3 key natural resources are becoming enablers of crimes, and some students will call them natural resource cause. So in Zamfara, for example, the solid minerals there are being mined illegally, and they are fueling all kinds of violence. Our forest reserve in the northwest, for instance, and some parts of the north central like Niger State, are now becoming safe havens for bandits, kidnappers, terrorists, and other types of criminals. And then they are also exploiting the resources in those forest reserves to launch attack on citizens. And then, of course, finally, the oil in the southern part of the country, which for a very long time has also been a source of major conflicts. So, as lawyers, and I want to say this here very respectfully, part of your responsibility should also be to look at some of these resources. Look at the rules or the laws governing their exploitation, and then come up with modalities for these natural resources to be exploited in manners that they will add value to our country and also not serve as criminogenic factors, and that resources that will become a cost to us instead of blessings. The traditional ruler has actually said clearly, mentioned some of the efforts we are making in Zamfara. When we discovered the strong nexus between the illicit mining and the violent crimes in Zamfara, the Inspector General of Police created anti-illegal mining squad. And this squad has begun operations in Zamfara. And we want to believe that in no distance time, the effect and the impact of the operations will be better felt by all of us. But even as we do this, there are factors that are clearly outside the control of the Nigerian police force. Factors such as governance, regulatory frameworks, and other governance issues which need to be put in place. The NPF is not a provider of labor in the sense of government. The NPF is just one small part of the macro system helping to make Nigeria a better place. So we must continue to work together to deal with issues of social, political, and economic exclusion, bad governance, unemployment, and the lack of sufficient regulatory frameworks for exploiting and managing some of our natural resources. And then I'll quickly go to my brother from Anambra State, who spoke about the situation in the Southeast. Ladies and gentlemen, the Southeast is actually a cocktail of so many problems. The good thing here is currently we have governors in the Southeast who have shown the political will to work with the police, the military, and other law enforcement agencies to deal with some of the challenges we have there. I can report very boldly here that we've had a lot of meetings with the governors, both in the IGP's office and in the office of the National Security Advisor. And I am very, very confident, not just as a police officer, but also as somebody who is of the Southeast extraction, that within a very short time, citizens will begin to feel positive impacts of some of the things we are putting in place there. But answering your questions directly, you see, in policing, there are a lot of things we don't say. On those sit-at-home days, over time, our studies have also shown that those are the days where massive attacks are carried on, massive attacks that are targeted at governmental institutions and symbols of state, such as the correction facilities, critical national infrastructures like telephone masts, power stations, water boards, even some of our bridges, and other key critical and government infrastructure. Those are usually the days when those facilities are attacked and all kind of arson committed. We've also noticed that on those days, those are the days where they carry out attacks on our banks and other financial houses. INEC facilities, and so many other facilities, including even police facilities. So what do we do on such days? On such days, we deploy the bulk of our personnel on what you can call static gas to provide security for those key facilities. And that explains why sometimes you don't see a lot of them on the road. And again, because we also want to reduce collateral damages, you find out that most of the operations we've carried out in the Southeast are what we call intelligence-driven, purposive, and target-oriented operations, where we attack the camps of these criminals. Why do we prefer to attack them in the camps? We prefer to attack them in the camps and not on the street, so that we can reduce incidences of collateral damages and probably deaths of innocent citizens who might just be passing by. So some of these things are not issues that we need to be putting out in the public all the time. But I want to believe that I'm talking to a highly cerebral and highly distinguished audience, and we can talk these things here. So these are the issues, and I want to thank you again. We are available to continue to talk with you, and we are available to answer questions even outside this hall. Thank you, and God bless you.